Beware, you will do this and you will be arrested. A trap has been set by someone. God says this to you in this very moment, and He says it with a voice that moves through the unseen places of your life, through every corner of your spirit, through every silent fear you never told anyone about. He says this message is not ordinary, not casual, not something to skim or treat lightly. He says this is an urgent message that carries weight, purpose, and divine timing. He says an angel is standing beside you, right now, watching over you, guarding you, whispering softly, "Don't ignore this. Listen fully." Everything you are about to read is meant to guide you, protect you, and keep your steps away from harm. You are safe with God, but He needs your attention right now because someone on this earth is attempting something that could pull you into a trap you did not create. A trap designed to make you react. To push you into a moment where you might do something that could be used against you. God says He is revealing this to you because He loves you and because He knows your heart. He knows you are not someone who seeks trouble. He knows you are someone who wants peace, calm, and goodness. Yet others around you sometimes misunderstand your silence as weakness. Someone around you believes they can provoke you, push you, trigger you, and then step back and watch you fall into a moment of anger or reaction. Someone has quietly prepared a situation where they want you to be the one who lashes out so that they can point and say, "See, it wasn't me. They did it." God says this is not what will happen. Not if you listen. Not if you pause. Not if you trust Him. Because He says this clearly. Beware. You will do something. And you will be arrested not because you are guilty but because a trap has been set. But God is stepping in before the moment arrives. God is revealing it before the danger comes. God is telling you so that the plan fails before they can even begin celebrating it. Someone has been watching your reactions, someone knows what upsets you. Someone knows what makes your heart race or your voice rise. They know your triggers because they have been studying you, observing you, quietly, collecting moments of frustration. They believe that if they push you enough, you will snap and the world will blame you, not them. This person is not stronger than God. This person is not hidden from God. Their intentions have been exposed in the spiritual realm long before they attempted anything in the physical world. God says you must stay calm in the days ahead. Even if someone lies about you, even if someone tries to provoke you, even if someone pushes your button so aggressively that your flesh wants to respond, God says, do not respond. Walk away. Stay silent. Let Him handle it. Because the one who tries to trap you will be caught in their own trap. Their own actions will circle back toward them. Their own attempt to destroy you will become the beginning of their downfall. The angel standing beside you is not silent. He whispers, "You are safe." Snorts, "You are protected." But you must not react the way they expect you to. This angel has stood by your bed, watched you while you slept, covered you when you cried quietly into your pillow, thinking no one heard. He has been guiding opportunities toward you, and removing dangers from your path that you never even knew existed. But now He says to you clearly, this is serious. Pay attention. There is someone whose envy toward you is deeper than you realize. They smile in your face. but grit their teeth when you turn away. They are not angry at what you've done. They are angry at who you are becoming. They are angry because blessings are moving toward you and they feel left behind. They are angry because your light reveals their darkness. They are angry because your peace exposes their chaos. They cannot destroy your character. So they plan to destroy your image. They want people to look at you and see anger instead of purity. They want people to look at you and see danger instead of innocence. They want people to believe the worst because they cannot stand the truth. The truth that God favors you, protects you, and elevates you. But God says their plan will fail. What they are setting up for you will turn into evidence against them. The conversation they think they can twist will fall apart. The gossip they try to spread will come back empty. The story they try to build will crumble in their hands because God Himself says, "No weapon formed against you will prosper." But He needs you to do one thing: control your reaction, because the trap depends on your reaction. Not your actions, not your intentions, not your character, only your reaction. God says the enemy cannot touch your blessings, your destiny, your calling, your relationship with heaven, or your divine protection. The only way they can disturb your path is by provoking your emotions. But only if you allow it. God says you will feel the moment they try. You will sense a sudden shift. You will feel like someone is intentionally pressing all the wrong buttons. You might feel anger rise quickly or confusion appear suddenly. This is not coincidence. This is part of the setup. But that is also the moment where God will whisper into your spirit, "Walk away. Do not respond. Do not say a word." Your silence will be your shield. God says He has seen every false word spoken about you. He has seen every lie whispered behind your back. He has seen every attempt to tarnish your name. He has seen every hand that tried to push you down while pretending to lift you up. He has seen the jealousy that grows every time you rise. He has seen the bitterness that grows in someone's heart when they think about your future. This person cannot handle your growth. This person cannot accept your blessings. This person cannot stand that you keep surviving situations that were supposed to break you. And now they think they have found the perfect plan. Push you, record you, provoke you, twist your reactions, and make you look guilty. But God says you are not going to fall into this. God says your spirit is stronger than their manipulation. God says you will not be arrested. God says you will not be harmed. God says you will not lose your name, your dignity, or your blessings. God says the trap will break before it touches you. But He is warning you because He loves you and because timing matters. God says you must increase your prayers in the coming days. Not out of fear, out of spiritual alignment. Because prayer is not just asking. Prayer is protection. Prayer is clarity. Prayer is God holding your hand and guiding your steps so that you never walk into darkness without knowing it. The angel assigned to you has already gone ahead into your future, clearing the path. But he is also watching someone who is trying to block that path. You might notice that someone becomes strangely aggressive toward you. Someone might pick an argument out of nowhere. Someone might accuse you of something ridiculous. Someone might suddenly change their tone trying to get you to say something out. of character. God says, when you see this behavior, do not respond. This is your sign. This is your warning. This is the trap. God says a shift is coming, and this shift will expose every hidden intention around you. People will reveal who they really are without realizing it. Their true feelings will slip out through their actions. Their jealousy will show in their eyes. Their frustration will show in their voice. Their plan will show in their behavior. You will witness this and understand that God was not exaggerating. He was preparing you because He wants to keep you safe. He wants to keep your future intact. He wants to keep your blessings flowing. God says the reason you're receiving this message is because you are stepping into a season of elevation. And whenever elevation comes, distraction comes first. Attacks come first. Provocation comes first. But you will not fall into the pit that someone dug for you. God is sending you a miracle of protection. God is sending you clarity so sharp that you will see the trap before you even take the step. God is sending you strength so deep that even when someone tries to break your spirit, you will stand unshaken. God says He will be with you. Nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. No matter what they try, they will not win. No matter what trap they create, it will break in their own hands. No matter what lie they speak, the truth will rise above it. Your only task is to remain calm. Remain prayerful, remain wise, and remain aligned with God. You are safe, you are protected. And nothing, absolutely nothing, will destroy what God has written for you. God says there are moments in a person's life when heaven bends close. When the divine world refuses to stay silent, when the angels cannot allow you to walk blindly into a danger someone else designed for you. This is one of those moments. God says this message is coming to you because you are being watched not by danger alone but by heaven itself. You have been under spiritual observation for a long time, and now the time has come for you to understand what is unfolding behind your back around your life and in the minds of people who think you are unaware. God says something serious is moving toward you. Something someone planned. Something someone tried to push you into hoping you would react blindly. But God refuses to let that happen. God says you will not fall for the trap. You will not be destroyed. You will not end up in the danger they hoped for. You will not be arrested, framed, or pulled into the mess someone else is creating. God says, an unseen hand has already stepped in front of you to block the arrows launched in your direction. An angel stands beside you. As you read this, God says, the angel has orders today. Orders to warn you clearly, loudly, urgently. The angel says, I order you to open your eyes. I order you to be alert. I order you not to ignore this message. Heaven does not send messages like this lightly. Heaven does not speak with such seriousness unless something has reached a point where ignoring it would cost you something big. God says someone has been waiting for you to make one wrong move. Someone thinks they can provoke you, trick you, pull you into something, and then leave you standing alone while they blame you for everything. God says you have been protected many times before, but this time the warning is coming in advance so you can avoid the trap completely. You will do something soon, a response, an action, a decision. And if you are not spiritually guided, someone intends to twist it, record it, report it, or use it against you. But God says you will not fall for their plan. You will be protected from every angle. You will be wise. You will be calm. You will be guided. God says the trap was set by someone who does not want you to rise. They have been observing you quietly. They smile in front of you, but their spirit turns dark when they think of your progress, your blessings. The way your name is beginning to reach places they never expected. You threaten their sense of power, their sense of control, and their sense of prestige. You have no intention of harming them, but your existence alone disturbs them. God says this person tried to involve someone else, too. They spoke about you. They carried your name to someone in authority or influence. They tried to create a misunderstanding so big that if God did not step in now, something you said or did could be twisted into a reason for trouble. God says you must stay silent in certain moments. You must stay calm. You must avoid unnecessary arguments. You must avoid any situation where anger could rise because someone is watching for that specific moment. Someone is waiting for you to slip. Someone wants to paint you as the problem. But heaven says you will not fall. You will not lose control. You will not act out of emotion. God says He has already surrounded you with spiritual discipline. Everything inside you will feel guided. If you feel the urge to react harshly, God says stop, breathe, and remember this message. God says the enemy's trap will collapse on its own. The plan will backfire. The people who try to catch you will end up exposing themselves. And heaven will be the witness standing behind you. God says there is a reason you felt confused recently, a reason you felt spiritually disturbed, a reason your dreams felt different, a reason your intuition felt sharper. Heaven was giving you signals and now this message is the confirmation. God says someone wants you to respond impulsively. They want you to lose your temper. They want you to say something out of frustration. They want to provoke you. And when you do, they want to use that moment against you. They want to take it to someone who can act against you. They want to twist it into a lie big enough to cause real harm. But God says the angel is now standing between you and that disaster. The angel says you will do something soon. But God says be careful. Act wisely. You are protected if you listen. Heaven says you are not alone. Your day is coming where you will rise above every lie, every trap, every plan, designed to destroy you. God says you are the chosen one in this situation. You are the one heaven is guarding. You are the one angels are surrounding. And because of this, the people who tried to bring you down will soon face the consequences of their intentions. Not because you will punish them, but because heaven sees everything. God says you must pray. You must speak His name. You must keep your spirit calm, steady, and anchored. Someone wants you to panic. Someone wants you to act out of fear. Someone wants you to react emotionally so they can control the narrative. But God says your heart will stay in peace and your mind will stay in clarity. You will not be arrested. You will not fall into their trap. You will not be dragged into something you did not create. God says you are safe. The angel says the person behind this trap cannot stand the fact that God loves you so deeply. They do not understand why you keep rising. They do not understand why people are drawn to you. Why blessings come to you, why everything they try to do against you keeps failing. Their heart is full of envy. Their mind is full of comparison. Their spirit is full of hidden competition. And when they realized they could not defeat you spiritually, they turned to something darker. They turned to manipulation. They turned to planning. They turned to creating misunderstandings. But God says darkness does not win. God says He has lifted the veil. He is showing you the truth before anything can touch you. You are His child. You are protected, you are guided by angels. And now heaven is stepping into your timeline to make sure everything turns in your favor. Someone tried to push something onto you. Someone tried to drag you into their chaos. Someone tried to make you look guilty while they played innocent. God says they will fail. Their plan is already breaking down. Their mask is slipping. Their intentions are being exposed. Heaven says, watch closely. Someone will reveal themselves soon. You will see something, hear something, or sense something that confirms everything. God says, trust your instincts. Trust the signs. Trust the divine protection surrounding you. God says the trap they set for you is collapsing under the weight of their own lies. Someone will slip. Someone will reveal a detail they were not supposed to reveal. Someone will contradict themselves. Someone will expose their own intentions without realizing it. This is how God works. You do not have to fight, shout, argue, or defend yourself. God says He will defend you. He will speak for you. He will show the truth. Heaven says your life is safe. Your reputation is safe. Your future is safe. The angel says, you are being monitored not by danger, but by divine forces, by heavenly protection, by spiritual guards who refuse to let anything harm you. You will look back soon and realize how big the danger was and how God pulled you out before you even walked into it. You must trust. You must pray. You must stay calm, and you must remember that when God warns you this strongly, it means He has already saved you. Nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. You just have to trust God, keep your spirit steady, and move wisely. The trap will break. The plans will fail. The truth will rise. God is with you, and you are protected beyond anything the enemy can design against you. God says this message is being placed before you at this exact moment because the timing of heaven is never accidental, never random, never delayed, and never early. Angelic instructions arrive precisely when your spirit needs to hear them. And right now, your soul is standing in a doorway between danger and destiny, between deception and revelation, between the trap that was prepared for you and the deliverance that God has already set into motion. That is why the message begins with urgency. That is why heaven is telling you not to ignore this. And that is why the words reaching you in this moment carry weight, fire, truth, and protection so powerful that even the intentions formed against you, in silence, will lose all their strength before they reach you. God says someone attempted to create a situation that would frame you, confuse you, or push you into a moment where you could be blamed for something you never intended and never wanted. But God also says that even though the plot was prepared and even though the trap was set, you will not fall into it because your spirit has been alerted, your intuition has been awakened. And your path has been shielded by the presence of angels who refuse to let your destiny be tampered with. The message that says you will do this and you will be arrested is not a prophecy about your future. It is a revelation about someone's intention. It is a warning about what they hoped would happen. It is God exposing what someone whispered in shadows, planned in secret, and imagined happening to you. But God is making sure it never becomes real. Angel says the trap that was set has already begun to crumble the moment you opened this message. The person involved expected you to be unaware. Expected you to walk blindly into confusion, expected you to act out of pressure, fear, or emotional manipulation. But what they didn't expect was that heaven was watching the entire time. They didn't expect that your spirit is far more powerful than they realized. They didn't expect that the angels surrounding you would intervene before any step could be taken that would harm you. And they didn't expect that you would be spiritually awakened enough to understand the seriousness of this moment. This is very serious. Not because harm will come to you, but because God is exposing the truth before it could unfold. This is not a message of fear. This is a message of protection. God never warns you to scare you. God warns you to prepare you. When heaven says beware, it means be aware. Aware of who is around you. Aware of what energy they carry. Aware of what intentions hide behind their smile. Aware of the tone behind their words, the motives behind their actions, and the reasons behind the sudden urgency they try to create in your life. God says someone wanted to rush you into making a decision that would have placed you in a situation where blame could fall on you. They wanted your emotions to lead you instead of your clarity. They wanted your compassion to blind you instead of your wisdom guiding you. They wanted your trust to work against you instead of working for you. But God says the one thing they forgot is that you are divinely protected and nothing that belongs to darkness can overpower a soul that walks with the light of heaven. Angel says you must watch closely now. Not with fear, not with suspicion, not with anxiety, but with the calm awareness that comes from understanding that God is showing you everything you need to see. There is someone around you who was hoping you would be blamed for something you did not do. They wanted a misunderstanding to take root. They wanted a small mistake to look big. They wanted a harmless action to appear dangerous. They wanted to twist a situation so it looked like you were responsible. But God says not this time. The trap they prepared is already falling apart. The confusion they tried to create is being unraveled. The lie they planned will expose itself. The conversation they thought would shift in their favor will shift in yours. And the moment they believed would bring you shame will actually turn into the moment that reveals their true intentions to everyone around you. Angel says the reason this message is urgent is because your heart has been sensing something unusual. Your intuition has been whispering, a strange heaviness, a strange pull, a strange feeling that something wasn't right. That feeling was not fear. It was spiritual detection. It was your soul alerting you before your mind could put the pieces together. It was your connection to the divine telling you to slow down, observe, and understand that not everyone around you is carrying the same purity of intention that you carry. God says you have a heart that trusts too easily, forgives too quickly, and loves too deeply. That is a gift, but it can become a doorway for others to misuse your kindness. This message is meant to close that doorway. Not by making you cold, not by making you guarded, but by making you aware so you can be protected without losing the love within you. Angel says someone has been watching your movements more closely than they should. They have been analyzing your reactions, your schedule, your habits, even your emotional state, not because they admire you, but because they hope to find a moment of vulnerability. They wanted to create an opportunity where you might act out of stress or confusion. But God dismantled their plans long before they could reach you. The arrest mentioned in the message is symbolic of how this person wanted you to be restrained not physically but emotionally and spiritually. They wanted you to feel trapped, stuck, cornered, or powerless. They wanted your mind to become clouded. They wanted your confidence to weaken. They wanted your light to dim. But God says your spirit will not be imprisoned by anyone's negativity, jealousy, or manipulation. The chains they imagined for you will wrap around their own intentions. Instead, God says what they set for you will not be your future. What they designed for you will not be your reality. What they whispered about you will not become your story. What they hoped would happen will collapse before their eyes. And what they believed they could do to harm you will turn into the very thing that elevates you. Angel says, watch quickly because something is unfolding now, a conversation, a message, a subtle shift, a small detail that you will notice soon. You will see a change in someone's behavior, the tone of their voice, the way they hesitate when you ask a question, the way they avoid eye contact, the way they try to steer a topic away from the truth. These signs are not random. These signs are heaven's way of showing you exactly who needs to be distanced from your life. God says the person who tried to set the trap is someone who underestimated your spiritual protection. They misjudged your divine covering. They thought you were alone, that you had no one watching over you, that you would never see their intention. They did not realize that your spirit is surrounded by divine guardians who see farther than any human eye, who hear every unspoken plan, who intervene the moment danger tries to reach you. Angel says, do not worry. Do not panic. Do not fear. Nothing will go wrong with you. Nothing will collapse around you. Nothing will harm your future, nothing will destroy your peace. Because the warning arrived before the fall could ever happen. You received the message before the situation could unfold. That is proof that God is ahead of everything. That is proof that you are not alone. That is proof that your steps are divinely ordered. God says you are safe. You are protected. You are surrounded. You are guided. Even when you don't see it, your path is guarded by forces that darkness cannot cross. Even when you feel unsure, your spirit is being carried by the hands of angels who refuse to let you fall. Angel says there is someone who will soon reveal themselves unintentionally. They will slip. They will stumble in their words. They will accidentally expose their intentions. They will mention something they shouldn't know. They will ask a question they shouldn't ask. They will appear nervous, overly concerned, or overly curious about something that should not matter to them. And in that moment, you will understand everything. God says, trust what you feel in your spirit. Trust the sudden shift in your intuition. Trust the warning that has reached you. Trust the protection surrounding you. And most importantly, trust that nothing, absolutely nothing, will go wrong with you. God says this moment is not about fear. It is about awakening. It is about clarity. It is about rising above deception before it ever touches your life. It is about walking with wisdom so powerful that no one can mislead you. It is about stepping into a season where no trap can reach you, no lie can hold you, and no intention formed against you can succeed. Angel says, watch quickly, but move calmly. Listen carefully, but do not react impulsively. Observe deeply, but do not confront unnecessarily. Your peace, your silence, and your awareness will be your greatest protection. God says, breathe. You are safe. You are protected. You are guided. Nothing will go wrong with you. I am with you. I will walk with you. I will shield you. And I will reveal everything you need to know. And so it is. God is speaking to you in a way that feels heavier than usual. As if the air around you has thickened with meaning. As if something invisible is standing right beside you whispering. Don't ignore this. God sees the pressure inside your heart. The confusion around you, the strange signals you've been sensing but couldn't explain. And that is why this message is being pushed toward you with such urgency. Heaven does not exaggerate. Heaven does not shout unless something important is trying to reach you, and right now, God is leaning toward you, calling you by your soul, saying that an energy around your life needs your attention before it grows into something more complicated. Not dangerous, not hopeless, just something you must recognize so that you stay protected, safe, guided, and aligned. God wants to reassure you first. You are not alone. You are not surrounded by enemies you cannot handle. You are not walking into some unavoidable disaster. But there is a spiritual trap, an emotional trap, a manipulative trap that someone has tried to create around you. Heaven says this is not about you committing a crime or being arrested literally. This is symbolic spiritual language. It is about a situation where someone wants to make you appear guilty, to drag you into drama, to push you into a reaction that they can use against you. And God is stepping forward to stop it before it even begins. You are safe. God is with you. Nothing will go wrong for you. But you need to hear what is being revealed. There is a person who has been observing you much more closely than you realized. On the outside, their behavior may look passive or normal, but spiritually their energy is vibrating with jealousy, insecurity, and fear. They feel threatened by your grace, by your resilience, by the way people are drawn to you naturally. They feel overshadowed by you even when you're not trying. They feel as if your presence makes their faults too visible. And instead of fixing themselves, they want to distract the world by trying to point fingers at you. God says this person's intention is not to destroy you because they cannot. Heaven will never allow that. But they have been looking for a way to trigger you, to push you into doing something reactive so they can say, "See, look at them." They want you to look wrong when you are right. They want you to stumble while they watch from afar. They want you to speak in anger so they can blame you. They want you to fall so they can stand on your reputation and rise. They want to be the storyteller, twisting your actions to sound like mistakes. This is the trap heaven is talking about. Not a physical trap, not a legal trap, not an arrest in the human sense, but a moment where you could be misunderstood if you are pulled into a confrontation that was never meant for you. God says, be still. Be aware. Be guarded in your spirit. You don't need to defend yourself. I will defend you. You have a heart that reacts quickly because your emotions are deep, sensitive, and genuine. When someone hurts you, you feel it intensely. When someone lies, you sense it. When someone manipulates you, your soul lights up with discomfort long before your mind understands why. And this same sensitivity that makes you gifted can sometimes be used against you by those who lack honesty. They know you have a pure heart. They know you would never intentionally hurt anyone. And that is exactly why they think you will be easy to provoke, because they want to drag you into a moment that they can twist. Angel is saying, I order you, don't ignore this. Not because something terrible will happen, but because being spiritually prepared means nothing can touch you. God wants you to stay ahead of the situation, not behind it. God is lifting the veil so you do not walk blindly into emotional traps designed by insecure people. There is a moment coming very soon where someone will try to get a reaction out of you. They will say something, do something, suggest something, or provoke something that feels unfair, offensive, or deeply disrespectful. And your natural instinct will be to respond. Your heart will want to argue, explain, defend, or confront. But heaven says, pause, breathe. Stay still. Stay silent. Your silence will protect you. Your silence will expose them. And your silence will keep you aligned with divine protection. The trap will collapse the moment you refuse to walk into it. God is already preparing your spirit for that moment. You will notice it when it happens. Your intuition will whisper to you. You will feel a strange heaviness, a pull inside you that says, don't respond. Don't react. Don't fight. When you obey that divine whisper, the situation will crumble instantly. The one who tried to provoke you will suddenly be exposed not by your words but by their own behavior.